Hello and welcome to my living room. I'm Maria and I'm the self-care coach, and welcome to the first video in my series called Self-Care, Why, How, and What. So first off, self-care, why? It's a buzzword. You've been hearing about it a lot lately. Why is self-care so important? Well, in my opinion, there's many relationships that we have in our life, but there is one that is more important than any of them. And that's the relationship that we have between us and ourselves. And so often that relationship can be overlooked because all the other relationships are represented by other people who take our attention and who ask for things of us and who we interact with. And while we're interacting with ourselves constantly, we can't see it happening. And so sometimes it gets past us. So my experience with self-care has been that true self-care that really fills me up, really feeds me, really nourishes me, are things that help to support that relationship between me and me, so that I am more loving toward myself, so that I'm less judgmental towards myself, so that I am kinder, more generous, more understanding, that I give myself more grace, that I hold myself to high standards, but not in such a way that are unattainable, but that I believe in myself, rather, that I believe in myself and what I'm capable of, and I grow in my confidence. So those are some ways in which the relationship between me and myself are enhanced through self-care. And they're ways that I work with my clients. That's like what I'm working with when I'm working with my clients. So why do I think self-care is so important? Because it has the capacity to change how we see ourselves, change how we love ourselves. And self-love is so powerful. Self-love enables healing in the body. It actually facilitates it. Self-love enables us to express love and act out of love toward others. So really, whenever we're pointing our finger outward at what needs to change in our environment or who needs to change, we're pointing 3 fingers back at us. And that's because here's where we can do so much work. So I see self-care as this playground for creating a relationship that we're proud of internally, so that we can live out our gifts and really make a difference in the world, really be someone when people are around us, they're like, whoa, what's going on with them? They've really got, I feel impacted by them. I feel their positivity. I feel something. So while self-care starts as this self-introspective kind of thinking about me piece, the whole point of it is so that we've got a good thing going on here so that we can shine our light out into the world. And I don't believe that self-care should stop there. I don't think it will, actually. I think real self-care, I think great self-care that nourishes you, that helps to change that relationship between you and you, that self-care will have these giant ripple effects. And so that's another reason that self-care is so important. I think that the age of the martyr is over. That was my grandmother's age. That was my mother's age, that it was okay, it was expected that the woman especially would give up her well-being for the well-being of others. And we've watched that happen, and our parents and grandparents have watched that happen and have learned that that doesn't work. And so self-care, I love this quote, self-care isn't me first, but it's me too. And it's really just putting things in perspective, putting things in order, sort of the way it has to be, because we, the individual, can't care for others, can't shine our light out of an empty cup. So it's how do we keep, self-care to me represents, how do I keep my cup full so that I can show up and live out my truth? And so the next piece of this that I think is so important is that you and me, we all came here with a purpose. We all came here to teach something, to learn a lot of things, to share our gifts. And if we don't like our gifts, if we don't like ourselves, and we don't value who we are and what we bring, then there's no way that the rest of the world gets to benefit. So I like to think of all the people in the world as different instruments in a symphony. And if there was only one instrument in a symphony, it would be so stinking boring. people wouldn't pay to come listen. Be like, why do I want to hear 100 violins play? What makes a symphony beautiful is that you have all different instruments playing different things at different times, and that comes together to form something amazing. And so taking good care of ourselves facilitates us playing our instrument really, really well and really being a part of this universal, worldwide, worldwide symphony. And so that is at the heart of, for me, why self-care is so important, because self-care sort of frees us up as an individual to shine bright, to share our gifts, and to play that piece of the music that we were born to play. So I hope that this clears some things up for you. If you have any more questions about self-care or any comments about this video, you want to get the conversation started, drop them in the comments below. And I look forward to sharing more. My next video is self-care how. How do we do self-care? What does self-care mean to you? So I hope you'll tune in and check that one out. See you soon.